Hey guys, Crypto Dad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins, gonna move some crypto around for you guys. And as always, I'll do my best to get to your questions and see if we can't troubleshoot your problems here live. So welcome everyone. I'm here again with the rig and the Bitcoin logo. It's still pretty bright outside here in Michigan. The days are getting longer and spring is getting closer. It's been officially spring since March 21st, but in Michigan, spring doesn't really start till May. In fact, the local wisdom is you don't start planting in your gardens until May 1st in Michigan because you don't want them to catch a frost, right? So, but we're here having a good day. We went and got some Korean food. For those of you who don't know, I spent about 3 years in Korea as an English teacher back in the mid-2000s and really enjoy Korean food. And there's not a lot of Korean restaurants in Grand Rapids, but there are a few. We've found them since we've been here over the last several years. There are quite a few in LA, but we have a good one and got a bibimbap, which is pretty good. I remember when I lived in Korea, it's one of the few countries where they will tell you how to eat the food, which is funny. So like when I would get bibimbap in Korea, I'd start like nibbling like the different vegetables off the top, and then someone would always come up and point down and go, must mix. Another one that's different in the US, you'll say, hey, try this, it's good. But in Korea, they'll always say, here, try this, it's really healthy for you. You're like, okay. But they take pride in their healthy food there in Korea. And one of the shocking culture things that I got was in their grocery stores, there's no junk food. There's no candy bars. I don't know. Things may have changed since 2006, but yeah. Anyways, enough about me. Thank you guys for being here. It's wonderful to see you all in the chat. Let's go over and greet the people that are filtering in. And Kenny has been here for a while, and Andreas said that he will be recording it tonight because he has to work. So if you're watching this in reruns, welcome. And Simon is here. Mari knows, ready for the Bitcoin takeoff. Mr. Miskey, Gregory Whelan is here. Thank you for being here. Hans Hannah 350, Simona Mullen. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Good to have you back again. Ampov Podcast. Good to have you. E. Poston from Colorado. Mars 2025. And Amsterdam, Holland. Asil, thank you for being here. Emil from Bulgaria. That's pretty cool. Barbara K. Scott Lee. Aloha and mahalo, Scott. Good to have you. And Elite Mark LLC, I believe you've been in here before. So let's see. If you've never been in the live stream before, you might want to check out the description. Oh, I forgot to put I'm a little lax tonight. I usually have a little summary of what we're going to do there at the top, and deleted last week's but didn't put in this week's, but we'll survive. Some things I want to do. And affiliate links for any of the hardware wallets that I talk about. I'm a big believer in self-custody and hardware wallets. I prefer the Ledger myself, but I have a lot of different hardware wallets that I use. I love my Tangem wallet as well. I've got Trezor. I got a lot of different hardware wallets. And there's affiliate links for all of them. I've done lots of videos for different hardware wallets. So if you're interested in getting serious about your cryptocurrency self-custody, I implore you to get some kind of wallet. And a hot wallet is better than no wallet at all. It's better than keeping your crypto on the exchange. But if you're going to have a wallet, you might want to get a hardware wallet, which is much more safe and secure. There's a lot of FUD out there about this wallet or that wallet, or wallets getting tampered with, and back doors and all that kind of stuff. But hands down, the most safe and secure way to store your cryptocurrency is on a hardware wallet. It just bugs me when people bash hardware wallets, because it's like, well, what is the alternative that you know, in all of your, you know, paranoid wisdom that you have, what would you suggest other than a hardware wallet for safe and secure crypto storage? Well, they don't have it. You know, all the FUD that people spread about this wallet or that wallet usually leads people to leave their cryptocurrency on exchanges, which can lead to heartbreak, as we saw with the collapse of FTX, the bankruptcy of Celsius, among other things. So please, guys, the main reason people lose crypto with wallets is they have done something wrong. 99% of the time. So please, guys, get a hardware wallet. If you don't know how to use them, check out my videos. I got plenty of videos on how to use them. Did I get this? Yeah. I posted all the stories that I'm going to talk about tonight. A lot of news tonight. So let's jump in, and then we'll get into the wallet and the trading and the other demo stuff I plan on doing tonight. Throw your questions out. Dan is here. Dan is one of our moderators. Thank you for being here, Dan. It's good to have you, as always. And let's see. Let's jump into the news. So the first thing I'll cover is a little bit of market news. Bitcoin's a bit choppy, around 64K. The big story in finance is the Japanese yen's tumble, which could signal currency turmoil, right? The yen's volatile episode may spread to other fiat currencies. Joseph, thank you so much for that donation. I appreciate it. I was invited for a meal, but decided to watch your show instead. That's really nice of you. I find it very hard to turn down free meals. Yeah, so yeah, I appreciate that. And maybe you can join them some other time. That would be very cool. Good to have you here. Let's see. Elusive U.S. rate cuts remain elusive. Another driver of risk tolerance is interest rates in the U.S. The stock market watches them with interest, no pun intended, and interest rates were raised over the last couple of years from near zero during the, at zero during the pandemic, all the way up to what it is now, which is 5% or 5.5% or whatever it is. And they have signaled that they're not going to raise rates anymore, but they have yet to actually start to lower rates, as opposed to just jawboning, which is what they've been doing over the last couple of months, saying this or that or this or that. They don't do anything. They just talk the market up and down. So yeah, that's the risk assets. Bitcoin is considered a risk asset by many. It's considered a safe haven by others, but it in times of turbulence, it does tend to behave as a risk asset. So that's why we kind of watch the stock market and interest rates. Japanese yen fell Friday to its weakest level against the U.S. dollar since 1990. Bitcoin remained flat around 64,000 as some altcoins slid lower. Intervention may soon follow if yen devaluation continues, Lecker Capital's Quinn Thompson said. I won't go into the entire article. It's mostly about, Bitcoin has been kind of boring market-wise for the last several days. So we won't go too much into the details. I'm just going to kind of give you a flavor of where we are. This is Cointelegraph's take, and this is an expert analysis talking about Bitcoin entering most likely 2 weeks for new BTC price dip analysis. That's a little ambiguous. I'm not sure what they actually mean by that. So let's dive into this one a little more. Bitcoin market inertia is dragging on, and a BTC price drop over the next fortnight, what are we, Shakespeare here, would correspond to classic post-halving behavior. So I guess what they're saying is they're predicting another drop in Bitcoin based on historical post-halving behavior. But we have to remember that history doesn't always repeat itself. These charts are just kind of guidelines. They're not written in stone. They don't predict exactly what's going to happen in the market. And also we have kind of an irregular halving market pattern in that Bitcoin hit a new all-time high pre-halving in March. So that's never happened before. So we don't know what that could really mean. It could mean that the Bitcoin halving bull run is somewhat priced in. It could mean that we've already had the post-halving pullback because we came back from 73,000 down to about 60,000 around roundabouts. So we may have already seen the pullback and we could see further upside. We don't know, but this article is basically saying that we could be in for some more downside based on historical patterns post-halving. So that's kind of where we're at here. Although I have a few things that I think might make things bullish next week. And one of those is Hong Kong will start trading their ETFs on April 30th, which will be Tuesday of next week. I see that as a bullish sign. When U.S. ETFs were approved in January, the market went up quite a bit, although we can't always tie correlation to causation. We don't know if it was the ETFs or some other factor, but it seemed that way. So we could see another accumulation phase in Asia based on the trading of these ETFs. ETF means exchange traded fund. It means people can buy Bitcoin from their stockbroker on a regulated fund that trades on, a regulated exchange, which is all well and good. But the real upshot is it just makes it easier for people that are interested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to buy them without having to sign up for a cryptocurrency exchange like Coinbase, Kraken, or Binance or something like that. And it doesn't really require them to self-custody the Bitcoin and figure out all that stuff. I advocate self-custody. That is the best way to hold your Bitcoin. But these ETFs do make it easy for other people to invest their money in the Bitcoin market, which helps the price of Bitcoin for those of us who are holding it in our wallets. So look to that, and that might be a good thing. We're also seeing some banking issues. It's funny how these things tend to happen on Friday after the close, and then they're kind of done quietly, but Republic First Bank closed by U.S. regulators. And of course, nobody lost any money. They're managing to, juggle all of the debts and whatever they want to do. But the regulators came in, took over the bank. It was insolvent, and it was quickly bought up by another bank. And so the depositors aren't going to lose anything. They're basically just going to have a different management when the bank reopens. And I guess some branches were open today on Saturday. But this is, it could be cracks in the financial system beginning to show, right? United States regulators have closed Philadelphia-based Republic First Bank, marking the nation's first banking failure of 2024. It has sparked debate among the crypto community amid Bitcoin and Ether, as several altcoins slightly faltering following the news. Another bank just collapsed, the Republic First Bank. Yeah, I think I'll stick to Bitcoin. Good comment by Zesh Marius Mardoscan on X. Let's see. Republic First Bank failure is worth a look since bank failures are the best possible narrative we can get for crypto. Crypto trader pillage capital claim. How many more need to fail before people start to be their own bank? Crypto commentator Randy Hipper asked his followers. So after First Republic was seized by the Pennsylvania Department of Banking and Securities on April 26th, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation was appointed as its receiver. The agency will take on nearly all deposits and acquire all assets of Republic Bank, according to a statement. Republic First had approximately $6 billion in total assets, along with $4 billion in total deposits. When the banks failed, SVB, Silicon Valley Bank went belly up in 2023, early in 2023. They had a lot more assets. I believe they were along the lines of 40, 50, 60 billion in assets. So this is kind of a small bank failure in comparison to that, but we might see more of these. We don't know, right? Let's see. So Bitcoin, according to this article, was trading at 62,700. It's a bit up from that now. We're at 63,331, which is about as high as it's been all day. I've been kind of watching it. Ethereum is up. That's good. 32,246. So we'll see how, if we start to really get some real bank scares, we'll see how this affects the price of Bitcoin. Is it going to be a panic where people sell all their risk assets really quick? Or is it going to be a flight to a safe haven like Bitcoin and gold, right? Gold is a no-brainer. Most people consider that a tangible asset, even though you can't eat gold. But people consider that as having intrinsic value and a safe haven. So, and silver. So we'll see how this is going to affect the crypto market. I did want to bring up some good news. As you can see in my thumbnail, I say banks fail, Bitcoin thrives. And so along those lines, I've got this article here. Bitcoin's daily transactions reach new record high. And I think a lot of this might have to do with the new Runes protocol, RUNES. There were a lot of people trying to lay claim to transactions on the halving block itself. So let's see what they've got to say here. Bitcoin transactions reached a new all-time high of 926,842 transactions just 3 days after the Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin amassed over 926,000 daily transactions on April 23rd, surpassing the previous high of 731,000 transactions reached in December of 2023. The record transaction count occurred 3 days after the Bitcoin halving on April 20th, which coincided with the launch of Bitcoin Runes, a new protocol for issuing fungible tokens on the Bitcoin network. Runes make up the lion's share of transactions on Bitcoin, accounting for 68% of all Bitcoin transactions. Investors have executed a total of 3.6 million Runes-related transactions, according to Dune. So yeah, that's what it is. Pretty incredible. I'm still researching Runes. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I should have been in this a long time ago when Ordinals came out. But as I thought they were a little bit ganky. And even though there were people rushing to etch and mint Rune tokens on the Bitcoin blockchain, there was kind of a market letdown after the fact. I was watching a few YouTubers talking about Runes where a lot of people were angry that the value of their runes did not explode. And so we're kind of in a runes hangover at the moment, but they might come back, right? So don't get too worked up about runes. It's kind of one of those trendy things. It might have made a few millionaires, but I don't think at the moment it's, as big of a thing as everyone thought it was going to be. But a lot of activity on the Bitcoin blockchain, which is a good thing, right? Now to some of the bad news. Crypto in general seems to be under attack by regulators from a lot of different angles. Our old friend Elizabeth Warren, who is the most adamant anti-crypto senator out there, and another one, Bill Cassidy, I guess from across the aisle, are working on regulations to target cryptocurrency use in child abuse trade, which is really disingenuous. From they make a big stink about this as if Bitcoin is causing child sex trafficking, and that's that's really not the case. But they're trying to paint it as this bong-doogle, or whatever you want to say, that that this is a huge problem with crypto, is that it's encouraging child abuse trade. I can guarantee you that there is a lot more child abuse trade occurring in cash than in crypto, and a lot of the they don't provide much evidence of this, and the studies that they cite are pretty old. But here we are again with the powers that be trying to bash Bitcoin and associate it with criminal behavior. I thought we were past all this, but apparently not. So that's going on right now. And also there were some arrests of some crypto mixer founders. And a lot of people in the crypto community are reacting to this. The founders of the Samurai wallet were arrested. One of them in the US and the other one was arrested in Portugal and will be extradited. And they're basically being charged with money laundering for running a crypto mixing service. The crux of the issue, according to the DOJ or whoever it was that grabbed them, was that they were profiting from this mixer. So the fact that they coded this really shouldn't be a crime, but because they were charging people to use their mixer, they were able to charge them with profiting from this. But this is kind of an attack not only on crypto mixers, but on financial privacy, trying to associate financial privacy with criminal behavior. So we've just got a lot of FUD coming at us from regulators trying to cast a bad light on cryptocurrency. Also in the UK, the police they've passed a new law that makes it easier for the police, law enforcement of the government to seize crypto holdings even without making arrests. And this, this is just going to make it much easier for the government to seize cryptocurrency, claiming that they're, people using crypto or breaking the law in some way or form. So here we are, the United Kingdom's National Crime Agency and police have received expanded authority to seize, freeze, and destroy cryptocurrency used by criminals. As a result of the new rules, police in the country will no longer be required to make an arrest before seizing crypto holdings. According to a press release, the police can also seize items like passwords or memory sticks that could aid investigation. Now, when I read this, I thought to myself, it's my understanding that you cannot be compelled to reveal a password by the police. And I thought that this was somehow to make it a crime to withhold a password that you have in your head. Because, like I said, it's my understanding that if you have a password in your head, they can't charge you with a crime for not giving it to them, right? Because it's something in your head. But I follow, there's a link in here, this link right here, which led me over to the government statement on this, and it comes out in a little more detail. Okay, here we go. Items that could be used to give information to help an investigation, such as written passwords or memory sticks. So they're talking about coming into someone's house and, you know, in the course of their search, finding written passwords and then maybe trying those to unlock the wallets or whatever. So I still am pretty sure that you cannot be compelled to reveal passwords or seed phrases or passphrases or stuff like that. And that is really what makes crypto unseizable in many cases. I mean, even if the police were to find a ledger device, if the owner refuses to reveal the PIN, they really aren't going to be able to access that device. There are ways of doing it, but it's been done in the past, but a lot of those vulnerabilities have since been fixed. So it's pretty cutting edge to be able to crack into a hardware device. Part of the FUD that people spread about hardware devices is that they are vulnerable to hacking, but they really aren't. They're very well made. Of course they are. I mean, who would want to buy a hardware device that wasn't secure? And so just like cars, you know, you want a car that runs and drives, you know, and is reasonably dependable. And cars like that tend to sell more and make more money for the company. And so the same philosophy holds for crypto hardware wallets. Although there have been people in the past in university settings that have managed to crack certain hardware wallets, it was kind of done in the open and the vulnerabilities were patched. And so a lot of people, they just hear that a wallet has been cracked in the past, not really knowing the details, and then cast a lot of FUD on hardware wallets. So anyway, what I did also want to point out about these three Bitcoin FUD stories, you know, the new legislation trying to fight child abuse by regulating cryptos in some way or form, or arresting people that are writing Bitcoin mixing software to increase financial privacy, or new authorities given to police to seize cryptocurrency. Any one of these stories back in 2017 would have really crashed the market hard. The crypto market was very fragile back in those days, and any story that was about similar to, in the vein to this, would have really crashed the market hard. So even though we are seeing these kinds of stories, it's pretty amazing that Bitcoin is still up in the mid 60s. That's really amazing, actually. It has pulled back some from its all-time high, but nothing like what happened in 2021. For those of you who don't remember, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of around 68,000 back in November of 2021, but it really wasn't much higher than 60,000 for more than a week or so. Back in 2021. It really kind of pulled back pretty quick. And we've seen Bitcoin break a new all-time high this year and has been up in this area for weeks. So we're doing good as far as I can see. I'm looking for any questions. I want to thank everyone again for being here. I don't want to bore you too much, but I really would like to show you this little article here about Reddit, on Reddit, right? This is a very interesting Reddit post, and I have it linked down in the description below if you would like to read it in full. And basically, this service or this company was able to successfully recover a large amount of cryptocurrency. And unfortunately, I was not, in all of these posts, I was not able to figure out who exactly this is and how to get in touch with them for this service. So it's possible that it's like, it may not be true, but the detail that's gone into this response makes me think that this is pretty legitimate. And this is an issue that I brought up a couple of weeks back, and I did a short on this. You have to be very careful when you write down your seed phrase, because I have personally encountered people that have come to me for help through email and in my YouTube comments that have had this exact same thing happen to them. And basically, they write down their seed phrase, and then when they go to use it, when they need it, they find out that either it's an invalid seed phrase, it doesn't even pass the checksum, or even if it actually works, it's empty, right? So let's kind of take a look at what happened here. So a client bought a Ledger Nano in 2017, punched their recovery phrase into a CryptoTag titanium metal plate. And after the Nano S accidentally reset, they discovered that their recovery phrase was invalid. They tried a number of public tools, BTC Recover, Ian Coleman tool, which I've demoed on the show several times, to try and locate the wrong word. So here's what we're dealing with. Here it is. So on Ian Cole's site, you can generate a 24-word seed phrase. There are a multitude of them. Now, I know it's difficult for people to wrap their head around math, and they think, oh, there's only 24 words. There can't be that many combinations, but there can. The number of different ways you can combine there's a total of 2,048 words in the entire list, right? I know I'm going to lose you guys here if I go too much further. This is the list of possible words. So when a BIP39 compatible wallet generates a seed phrase, those words will come off this list. They're not just any old word. They are taken from a set list of 2,048 words. And then there's 24 of them. So, and a lot of people say stuff like, what if someone accidentally generates the same 24 words as me? This is astronomically impossible. The number of combinations is mind-boggling. It's like the number of seconds that the universe has been in existence, that kind of stuff. I mean, it is beyond, it's like grains of sand on a beach. But if you have a seed phrase already, and you think you might have made one word, an error in one word, then the possibilities are a lot less. So let's take a look at this thing here. We were able to find the correct seed phrase by brute forcing all the possible 24-word seed phrases, assuming that there was up to 2 wrong words. That's 24 times 2048 times 23 times 2048 equals 2,315,000. I'm sorry, 2,315,255,808. So that's a lot, but for a computer, it's not too bad. But it's nowhere near the combinations of not knowing any of the words. So they managed to recover the words. So basically, the client figured out that their seed phrase was invalid. They contacted this company, and their assumption was that I must have done one of the words incorrect. So we ran a simple search using common ordering mistakes. A lot of people, when they fill out their card, they don't fill out the columns right. They don't do it row by row. They do it column by column. So they tried that first, and there was no go on that. They did have some information about the derivation paths of the wallets in question, right? So they had something they could compare their output to, right? So they could tell whether they were right. Now, here it is. There are many similar words in the BIP 20. This was older than BIP 39. This is BIP 29. So it's easy to make a mistake writing the words. So here we go. We've got these words: wash, cash, dash, wasp, wish, right? You could see the word on your device and write the wrong word down on your sheet just from a mental gestalt error, right? You see cash, you write dash, that kind of thing. So we got wild will, ramp, camp, damp, lamp. So there are a lot of ambiguous words that a person could accidentally write down. In the case of the seed words we had, this led to 11,520 seed phrases with similar words, which they found programmatically. None of them leading to the target ETH address that they had. Then they ran a brute force search of all possible 24-word seeds, assuming there was one totally wrong word. That's 24 times 2,048, 49,000 possible 24-word seed phrases. None of those worked. So either there was at least two wrong words, or maybe the client had set up a BIP 39 passphrase incorrectly called the 25th word and forgot about doing that. Now, I suspect that happens to a lot of people. They think after they've got their seed phrase that they need to do an additional security of a passphrase. It's kind of hard to do on a ledger because you really have to punch it in every time you use it. So, but I hear a lot of people that will swear up and down that they did not do a passphrase, but they might have. So then they decided to go ahead and try that they could have possibly had two wrong words in their seed phrase, which was our 2 billion number. And this search was successful at finding a seed phrase that led to their target ETH account. There was indeed two incorrect words in the client's seed phrase, and we found the correct seed phrase. From there, we had all the other ledger accounts of our clients, and we sent them to new accounts the client created using a new seed phrase, which this time they checked to be valid and give them access to their new accounts. They also found a little hard fork Bitcoin for them. Now, this is interesting. The lesson learned here is that it is critically important to check that seed phrase you have backed up is correct. That actually leads to your accounts before depositing large funds in your new ledger account. Now, you can use the recovery check, which I've talked about, is an app that you can download for your ledger device that will actually allow you to punch in your 24 words, and it will tell you whether they are correct or not, right? You can also go over here and try to punch in your 24 words, and if one of them is incorrect, it'll tell you that something's wrong, right? It'll tell you that it's invalid. So at the very least, you should check your seed phrase for validity, although I would not do it online using this tool. This tool can be downloaded and used in an offline manner if you're going to do that. You can go over to GitHub and download the code and just run it in a disconnected browser. Let's see here. Let's finish up this story. But really, the brute force method of checking your seed phrase is to wipe your device and restore your device and make sure that it comes back. So put a small amount of Bitcoin, maybe $20 worth, in your Bitcoin account. Wipe your device, restore your device, and then re-add the Bitcoin account and see if the $20 of Bitcoin is still in there. And if it is, you know that your seed phrase is in fact correct and you've successfully used it to restore your device. Now you can start putting in large amounts of Bitcoin. Now, here's another interesting thing that they noted. Buying an expensive titanium metal plate to safeguard the seed phrase is great, but only if the seed phrase you punch on the plate is correct. In this particular case, we could trace one of the wrong words to an incorrect digit punched in the plate, but the other wrong word could not be the result of one bad punch, and it significantly differed from the correct word. Also could not be the result of a simple typo or letter error. So it's a bit of a mystery how this second wrong word got on the client's punched plate. And then there's a bunch of other stories of similar types of things that they've done. Now, I messaged this Reddit user and told him who I was, what I do, and asked them to please give me contact information because I have a couple of email threads that I've been going back and forth with some people that are kind of at an impasse with this situation, where they either have, one of them has an invalid seed phrase and then the other one somehow was able to restore his device, but it's not the correct seed phrase of some large amounts of crypto that he was managing before he did his reset. So that's a really sticky issue. So I would love to give this gentleman's information to them. But you have to remember, in order to use this service, the end user did have to share his seed phrase with this service. And, the guy that runs the service doxed himself. He gave him his ID and his business license and everything. So if somehow this guy would have stolen the crypto, he could have taken action against him. But of course, he did have to sign a little thing that said, well, that's a different one, that it won't hold him responsible if he whacks out the device. He did another one where he actually went into a device that was, the firmware was out of date and could not be updated, and managed to pull the info off that as well. So I didn't know that you could actually do that, and I would really like this gentleman or lady to share their information with me so that I might recommend their service. But it does require trust. And I'll also point out that just because there is one honest company that does that, please don't trust people that claim if you've lost crypto and you need help, don't just hand over your seed phrase to some service that claims to be out there helping you. There are a lot of scammers out there that will just take your seed phrase and steal your crypto. Yeah, so check out those words, guys. Please be careful doing this. Cryptocurrency is all about self-custody, self-responsibility, mindfulness, however you want to put it. This is not like slapdash stuff like we're used to, right? You have to take full responsibility for your actions. It's not like, you lose your ATM card, you just go to the bank and get a new one. This is, everything relies on you, because you are your own bank when you're dealing with crypto. All right. So that takes us through the news, and this is a really great story, and I'd encourage you to read it. It's linked down below in this Reddit post, and also check out these other posts that he has of people that he worked with. Right, very important stuff. Let me catch up over here. Let's see. Scott, thanks for being here. Gary Gensler, we're railing against the SEC, which I agree with. Yeah, so Ramanish thinks that if we have currency scares and bank failures, that it's going to pull crypto down with it, which is quite possible, right? Where it's up in the air. Is crypto going to survive a financial scare? We don't know. Don't forget to vote for John Deaton. Okay. Oh, John Deaton is the gentleman that is vying for Elizabeth Warren's Senate seat. So yeah, let's all toot our horns for him. He's pro crypto. Got newly printed dollars. Got arrested. Do they have printers? Sounds like there might be a lot of boating accidents coming this summer. That's where you lose your unrecoverable assets. Hope this goes for a while. I'm 24 minutes behind livecast. I love reading chat of future while watching. That's funny. A few months in solitary might convince someone. Yeah, I mean, it just, yeah. So that's why I was talking about that situation where the government comes in and claims that they have the authority to seize your crypto, and you can refuse to give them your PIN. They could also do a search of your house, a thorough search of your house, and perhaps uncover your seed phrase. So if you want to play it safe, you really need to be mindful of how you store your seed phrase. All right. Let's see what we got here. Triple check, quadruple check. Yes. Okay, Joe Grand's channel. He's got some cool vids where he hacked a lost pin from a Trezor. Okay, that's pretty good. He had the owner of the wallet with him, though, so I can't really call it a hack. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Barian. Almost 24 words, has a checksum. Exploited a Trezor, IDK, the proper wording. Yeah, I guess you would call that exploiting, right? As you know, as I pointed out, the ledger has been hacked in the past, physically hacked. But you must remember that this did require physical access. So in the case of your ledger device getting seized by law enforcement, that could be a risk, but it is not a risk of someone remotely hacking your crypto wallet. That has never been done. If the device cannot be hacked remotely, your crypto is safe. Most of the so-called hacks are really thefts where people are being tricked into revealing their seed phrase. All right, let's see what we got on the agenda here. I was going to do a little trading on Base Network and talk a little bit about Solana Pre Sales. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Base Network, it is a fairly new EREVM chain built by the good people at Coinbase. So if you've ever used MetaMask before, well, let's go ahead and crank it up. You might be aware that there are, several what we call EVM networks. Oh, I found a new token here. Oh, found some wrapped ETH in there. Okay. And when you first set up MetaMask, you're going to start on the Ethereum network. But But there are other networks like Phantom, Avalanche, Polygon is a pretty big one, where you can switch over to that network and manage your crypto on that network. And you'll notice that the balance has changed because it's completely different crypto on a different network. But it's all associated with the exact same address. So it kind of makes it easy to keep track of what's going on, right? You just switch networks. The Ethereum network is quite expensive to manage and use and trade on. So, but that's kind of where things started back in 2017, 2018. Even today, people are still trading Ethereum, managing Ethereum, trading ERC20 tokens on centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. But they always complain about the high fees that you get on Ethereum. So if, for example, you're using Uniswap with your wallet, let's see if I can connect to MetaMask here. You'll be able to see your balances, right? There's really not much in this wallet. And you can manage them, right? Oh, sorry, I got a little bit out of breath there. But if I wanted to trade anything, just as an example, sometimes a small trade, if I were to go ahead and do this swap, I've got my device attached here. See the network cost on this trade, $3.85. So on a trade where I'm using $32 worth of Ethereum to get $32 worth of Gala token, I'm going to spend $3.73 worth of Ethereum just to make the trade. And if I were withdrawing Ethereum or an Ethereum token from an exchange, I would have a pretty high fee. So some smart people have discovered that, or created other networks based on the Ethereum model with much lower fees that are faster and cheaper to use. And Polygon is one of the popular ones. Binance Smart Chain has been around a while. But Base is relatively new. And so, as you can see, you can use the Base network from within your Uniswap. Right? And so it asks me if I want to switch over to Base network in my MetaMask wallet. So my MetaMask wallet has switched over to Base. I generally prefer to use the Rabi wallet when I'm trading. I find it a little more easier to use. Both wallets have their pros and cons, but Rabi wallet can see the different networks without you having to manually add them, which is a plus. And it looks like it just got updated too. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to quit MetaMask here, and we'll go back here, and I'm going to disconnect this wallet, and I'll use Rabi instead, right? Let's get rid of this too. All right. So let's do a little trading on Base Network within our Rabi wallet first. We won't use Uniswap because the Rabi wallet does have some built-in trading tools that can actually take advantage of some of the popular decentralized exchanges. Now, keep in mind here, we are totally responsible for what happens here. When you're out in the wild, you have to make sure that you're doing things safely and correctly. that you're not connected to any malicious websites or anything like that. Using the Rabi Wallet interface does not expose you to any malicious websites, right? It only uses above board exchanges. So you're really not in any danger there. What you do need to be careful of is that you are on the official Rabi wallet, that you've downloaded the official wallet, or if you're using Uniswap, that you're on the official site and not some faux site. And also, you know, to be fully protected, you don't, if you've got like $50,000 worth of Ethereum that you're managing on a ledger device or in a wallet, that's probably not the best wallet to be connecting to DEXs, right? You'll, if you've managed to put $50,000 worth of Ethereum in your wallet, then you should take the extra time and effort to either buy a secondary hardware device or set up a secondary wallet where you can send a relatively safe amount for trading, right? You don't want to expose your giant hodling balances to even safe and secure Web3 sites, right? You don't want to put yourself at risk. It's kind of like, you know, if I'm gonna wash a window on the second floor, I should wear some kind of harness or something in case I slip, right? So don't expose your go-to wallet to basically the internet, right? But when you use a ledger device with the Rabi wallet or with MetaMask wallet in conjunction with a hardware device, it's very safe and secure, right? I just want to point that out. Most of the hacks and wallet drainer kind of stuff that people encounter are when they go to shady websites and then connect their wallet on that shady website. We're not doing that kind of stuff tonight. Could you do a seed phrase backup check using a separate spare hardware wallet? Thank you for that question, Lionel. Yes, you could. In fact, that's a really good idea. So if I have just set up a ledger device and I've been using it for a while and I have a relatively large amount of crypto in there, and I would like to test my backup phrase, it makes perfect sense to get a different device, maybe an old device or however you want to do it, or even like a Ledger Nano S Plus instead of a Ledger Nano X. They're all compatible with the 24-word seed phrases. Restore your secondary device using that seed phrase. And then you should be able to access the wallets within Ledger Live using your secondary device. As far as Ledger Live will be concerned, once you've successfully restored your secondary device, Ledger Live thinks it's the exact same device because mathematically it is, right? If you've used the 24-word seed phrase and restored successfully, you have what's called a mirror backup. And so all you have to do after the restore of your secondary device is go into Ledger Live, connect your secondary device, and do a simple receive with a hardware check. And if the hardware check is successful, then you know that you've successfully restored this secondary device, and you also know that your seed phrase is correct. So yes, using a secondary device to restore your working seed phrase is a great way of checking whether the seed phrase is in fact correct without having to disturb your go-to device, right? And then when you're done, if you feel like you've got this mirror backup, you could use it as the mirror backup in case you lose this guy or something goes wrong. Or if you're, you want to, reduce your attack surface or however you want to think about it, you could just wipe this guy after you're done, so it doesn't have any access to those assets, right? But yeah, using a secondary device is a great way to test your seed phrase to make sure it's correct. Do you need a ledger device to start? No, you don't. You can set up Rabi Wallet as a standalone wallet in your web browser. So you could create a new seed phrase and start using Rabi Wallet right away. And you could drop some Ethereum tokens in the wallet, or however you want to do it. Todd, thank you for subscribing there. Really easy to do. Let me just, I think I can do this. I think, yeah, if I switch over to this other profile, you can see here that I have another copy. Well, actually, I had connected my ledger in this one too. It's the same ledger. But I have like the standalone Rabi wallet that I created in my browser with a seed phrase. This is fine to use. It's not as secure as having one based on a hardware device, but you don't need a ledger to use the Rabi wallet. That is correct. And up here, you know, you can, at any time, you can add a hardware wallet based account in Rabi. It's a very flexible wallet. But no, you don't have to have a ledger device to use the Rabi wallet. All right. So the first thing we need to do is fund the wallet. And you can see I've already funded my wallet. Now I'll just show you here in Rabi. If I click along here where all these icons are, it shows me all the current chains. If I click on any individual chain, it just shows me the tokens that are in that particular chain. So if I click on the Ethereum, I only see the Ethereum tokens. If I click on Optimism, it only shows the Optimism tokens. If I click on Polygon, I only see the Polygon tokens. And Rabi will detect all of those chains automatically. I don't have to go in there and add them. But let's just assume that we've got this empty Rabi wallet and we would like to fund it. In fact, I think we can do this. Let me switch to this one. And let me go ahead. Let's just create an empty one. Okay. I think that will do it. Yeah. Okay. So here I have an empty account. And this is just based on the Rabi wallet in my browser. Keep in mind, when you're just using Rabi wallet without a hardware device, it's only as safe as your computer. The private key for this wallet is stored on my computer in my web browser preferences folder, wherever it is. And I wrote down a 12-word seed phrase when I set up this wallet. Make sure that you write that down and keep it in a safe place. Right. So, but how do we fund the Rabi wallet? Well, it's on, we want to make sure that it goes into the Base network, right? Because we want to trade on Base. So let's go over to Coinbase. And I've got some US dollar coins in Coinbase. Let's go to my portfolio. Now, I'm going to need a little bit of Ethereum in the wallet for fees, right? But I want it in Base format. So how am I going to do that? Well, let's just go ahead and buy a little bit of Ethereum on Coinbase. Let's go here to our Ethereum pair. Kay, thank you for that. I appreciate your subscription. We're just going to, at market, we're just going to buy a little bit of Ethereum with our US dollar coin. And let's see, we could do max. Yeah, we don't want to spend all of it. Let's just say we want 0.1. Let's do 0.5. Yeah, $16 worth of Ethereum. That's all I really need, right? I don't need a whole bunch of Ethereum. When you're using the Base network, your trades and transfers are only going to cost a few cents at a time. So $16 worth of Ethereum is more than enough for the wallet. And if you need more, you can always put a little more in there later. So we'll buy the Ethereum. And let's go over to the Rabby wallet here. Here's our empty one. Right, let's grab this address by clicking these two squares up here. And we'll go back to Coinbase. And we'll just withdraw that Ethereum. But watch what we do. Here's the important part. We're going to send our crypto, and we'll use the Ethereum that we bought. We want to send it to, we'll go ahead and send it all. It's not that much. Always do small test transfers when you're doing this kind of stuff. Now, when we go here, it says select network and recipient. So when we click here, the first thing it wants us to do is choose what network we wish to use to make this transfer. Well, we want our Ethereum to end up in our Rabby wallet in base format so that we can trade on the base network. And we're going to need the Ethereum for our fees. So notice here that that's a small amount of Ethereum. It would have only cost me 41 cents to drop it in the wallet as Ethereum, but it cost me only 1 cent to withdraw in base format. So that's the format we're going to choose. And now we'll paste in the address of my wallet. And we got everything lined up, right? We've got the crypto we're sending, the amount, and the address, and we're using the base format. That little icon there means that it's base format. All right, we'll hit preview send. Look this over carefully. I had someone that bought some Bitcoin on Coinbase on April 20th, last week, and he said, I bought 80 bucks worth of Bitcoin, something like that, transferred it to my wallet, and noticed I only had $7 worth of Bitcoin. What happened? He goes, was it that? Was it a fee? And indeed it was, because he, unfortunately, he did that transfer on the day of the halving when the Bitcoin blockchain fees were just going nuts. So he was able to buy his Bitcoin on Coinbase with cash. He had his $80 worth of Bitcoin. But when he went to transfer it, and he got to this last step here, he didn't notice the network fee was like $75 or whatever it was. And, you know, he didn't look it over on that last step. So when you're making your withdrawals, always do small test transfers. And for God's sake, pay attention to what you're doing and look at what the breakdown is telling you. If you see that you're paying an unholy fee, then you can always back out, right? You can hit this back arrow, or you can just click anywhere outside the arrow and cancel the transaction. So you have to be responsible for what you're doing. Pay attention to what you're doing, and because there's no way to recover that fee once you've done it. I've never had that happen with Bitcoin, but I've had plenty of transactions here on the live stream where I went to make a withdrawal and saw that the fee was like way higher than I really wanted to pay and just blew the whole thing off. So keep that in mind. Let's get this going again. Send crypto. We're going to send the Ethereum. We're going to send it on the base network, and we'll paste in the wallet address. And we got everything back, and we want to send the max, right? So we'll go ahead and hit preview send. We'll note that it's only 1 cent. We'll hit send now. And I need my two-factor from Google Authenticator. And off it goes. So not only is base network cheaper, it's also faster. Let's take a look at our Rabby wallet and see what we've got. If we hover over here next to this percentage, there's a little refresh. We can hit that and just kind of wait for the Ethereum to hit the wallet. And there you go, right? We got most of it, right? We only had to pay a penny. And so now, and then notice this one icon appears up here in Rabby to let us know that we have a balance on the base network of Ethereum. That's the seed we need for this wallet to start trading, right? Now, this $16 isn't going to buy me much, right? I just use that to prime the wallet because that's the gas that the wallet runs on, right? Now I want to drop in some tokens that I can use to actually make some, decent purchases. So we'll go back to Coinbase. I'll grab this address one more time. And this time, I want to withdraw some of this US dollar coin. So we'll go over here. Well, you can just do it in transfer. Transfer, send crypto. And this time we'll take it out of our US dollar coin balance, right? It comes up automatically because it's the one of the few cryptos that has a balance. And then I'll just say, I'll just do 50, right? I'm just going to put 50 in there. And then once again, we'll select our network as base. Notice that US dollar coin can be in lots of different formats, right? I can send US dollar coin on Arbitrum chain, Avalanche chain, Polygon, Solana, Stellar. Coinbase US dollar coin is very flexible on Coinbase, right? So we'll choose base, and it's actually free. Notice that? Free. Because base is owned by Circle. A US dollar coin is owned by Circle, which is the same company that owns Coinbase. And so we're keeping it all in the family, and they're letting us basically use it for free. Let's paste in the address of that wallet. It's the same wallet we just used. Let's hit preview send. Once again, note our fee. In this case, it's free. We're sending $50 in US dollar coin even. We'll put in our two-factor code here. And off it goes. It's taking its sweet time. And there we go. Now, I should also point out, let's say you do, you want to make a withdrawal from Coinbase, and you notice that the fee is really high, and you're like, hey, I don't want to pay $70 on an $80 transfer. How do you mitigate that fee? Well, what you should do is, in the case of our gentleman from last week, he needed to wait until maybe this week when the Bitcoin fees had dropped considerably after the halving. But in the case of Ethereum fees, sometimes there are going to be high fees in times of high activity. Blockchain fees are mostly based on the high activity. So maybe check in off-peak hours, like maybe late at night or very early in the morning, and just go through the steps, get to that last screen, and check and see if you've got a lower fee. And if it is, and it's acceptable to you, then go ahead, send it. So you can mitigate fees by trying to do your transfers and trades during off-peak hours. Let's go back to our Rabby wallet. And lo and behold, now we've got the Ethereum and the US dollar coin in there. So now we're ready to make a trade, right? We'll make a small trade. Well, the base network has its own set of tokens, and how you make your decision as to which crypto you want to buy is entirely up to you. I don't give out financial advice. I don't make coin recommendations or anything like that. I just kind of show you guys how these things work. Now, sometimes over here in CoinGecko, and CoinGecko is a great resource for finding more about coins that you are looking into, right? Someone says, hey, go buy this coin. You should go on CoinGecko and make sure, that do a little of your own research. Now, over here, you'll notice that they have trending, and they've got Brett. Now, I just happen to know that Brett is a base token. So we could choose Brett right here. And notice when we go down here under info, it shows us that Brett is exclusively on the base network. That's the little base icon. Now, there are other coins that might be on multiple networks, like let's look at Ethereum. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We should we should use an ERC20 token. Let's do Shiba Inu, right? That's a good one. We'll go down here and notice that, oh, well, this one's only, I happen to know you can get SHIB on the other network, so I don't know why CoinGecko is only showing it as Ethereum based, but okay, let's try a different one. Just looking for anything that might, let's try Pepe. Okay, here. When you see the 3 dots over here on the side, this lets you know that this particular coin is active on more than one chain, right? So you can trade Pepe on the Ethereum chain, on the Arbitrum 1 chain, or the BNB chain. This is a multi-chain token, right? But we were talking about Brett, wherever it went. Okay, and there's no 3 dots, right? That just lets you know that it's a base token. We can also go up here to cryptocurrencies, down to chains, and these are all the chains. And then you can just go to the base chain, and it will only show you tokens on the base chain. And you can look at all the tokens on the base chain sorted by market cap, right? So you've got US dollar coin, wrapped ETH, DAI, and you can hit see all base coins, and then they'll show you all those. Right. Notice that, Oh, I'm sorry. So they're sorted by market cap, but you're not seeing a one-to-one ordinal numbering of them, because these are their slots by market cap in the overall cryptocurrency list, right? So, but they are getting higher, right? So as you can see, Brett is, well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About number 10 on the base network, but 195 on, compared to all cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum included, right? Bitcoin is number 1 by market cap, Ethereum is number 2, and Brett is 195. So you can do research, right? If you're interested in trading on the base network, you can take a look here and just check out the coin. You can click on the coin, look at its chart, look at its history, look at its markets, where you can buy it. This one looks like mostly decentralized exchanges. So it's a great resource to do your research. You can even go check out the website usually of the token, so you can find out really what it's all about, what its use case is. Really, you want to do your own research, right? You don't want to just willy-nilly grab tokens just because you heard somebody mention it, right? But let's go ahead and get the Brett. It's down a little bit, but it is trending for some reason. So we'll go back and we'll dive back in here. Let's grab the contract address, because this is the official contract address of the coin we're after. We don't want to just willy-nilly search for a coin by name, because anyone can create a coin on a network. Anyone can create an Ethereum token. Anyone can create a base token. Anyone can create a Polygon token. Just have to know a little bit about programming. So there are a lot of scammers out there that create worthless fake tokens with similar names and icons to, trending or tokens, so that people will buy their worthless token. Well, the scammer gets, the market price of the good coin, and the buyer gets a worthless token that they can't resell, right? So always search for your tokens by contract address. It's the foolproof way of making sure you're grabbing the right token. All right, I'm just going to do this trade real quick. You can do the swap right here in Rabby Wallet, and make sure that you got it on the base network. This particular wallet only has tokens in the base network. We have some ETH in the wallet, but we're not going to spend the ETH. We want to spend our US dollar coin, right? That's the token that I put in there for spending. It always pegs to the US dollar, so you can just leave it in your wallet until you need it, right? It's not going to go up or down in value. Let's select our token now. They have some tokens here already because I've populated this wallet before. But let's go ahead and paste in that contract address. And sure enough, Brett comes up, as it should, right? So don't just type in Brett. You might get lucky and get the real Brett token, or you might not, right? See, they got Brett 2.0, Baby Brett, Bretta. So you want to just use that contract address so you're getting the right token and not some cheap imitation. Let's do $20. Just keep it simple. Now, it's easy to do small amounts in the Rabby wallet on base network because our fees are just negligible, right? It's no skin off our teeth. If I were doing this on the Ethereum wallet, in the Ethereum network, I wouldn't want to do a $20 trade and pay a $10 gas fee, right? But on the base network, we can be conservative, right? Let's hit get quotes. Now, it has several different dexes that you can choose from, and with different pricing information, right? I'll go ahead and choose the one on the top. There's a lot of security features in the Rabby wallet, a lot of warnings. I encourage you to read them all. You can dismiss a lot of the warnings, but just be aware. All right, let's go ahead and do that. And I first need to approve US dollar coin for trading. So I'll click approve. I don't need my ledger device because this is a standalone account. So I've never interacted with this before. I get that. I can go here and dismiss the warning, or I could have just dismissed it there at the bottom as well. I'm going to go ahead and sign and confirm. All right. That approved US dollar coin for trading in my wallet. Now to make the actual trade. Got a little bit of a warning there, so let's see what happens. It might fail. It might not. Let's see. We'll go back up here. We'll go into this, and yeah, it did fail. Let's try one more time since we've approved it now. So let's go back to swap. Let's just try the same swap again. And then we'll get the quotes. And we'll go ahead and grab this and approve. Ugh, we got to do this again. Okay. Let me do it a little faster this time. Maybe that was last time. It's still having trouble. Okay. All right. Well, it's my live stream. Of course, nothing works for me during the live stream. All right. Yeah, still failed. All right. So, well, we could try a different crypto exchange. Let's try that. Let's do our 20 again. Let's do our quotes. And instead of 1 inch, let's try a different one. Let's see if that works. Still giving me some warnings, but that's okay. All right. Still not getting it to load. Having some trouble making this go through. Okay. Well, that's my lot in life. Okay. All right. So, well, that gives me a chance to show you how we would work with Uniswap. So, as I mentioned, you know, Uniswap can connect to the Rabby wallet as well. So, let's connect to Rabby. All right. And let's line up the trade. We're going to use our US dollar coin. And then when we click here, we're going to paste in that contract address of Brett again. There it is. And I'll do $20 again. All right, let's hit swap and approve and swap. I haven't approved US dollar coin on Uniswap yet, so I'm going to have to go through that again. All right, now I need to sign the message. I'll ignore the warning. Sign. This is basically confirming I own the wallet to Uniswap, and now Uniswap has got the trade lined up the way we want it. Let's hit sign and create and confirm. And swap pending. Boy, I guess I just chose the wrong time to do this, didn't I? This stuff usually works great at home. Okay, this is weird. Still pending. Okay. Okay. Well, let me get caught up here. I'm just curious, has anyone used the Coinbase wallet? Every time I look at my assets there, they throw their pop-up in my face. Hey, try CB Wallet. Yeah, I do have the Coinbase wallet, and you can use the Coinbase wallet to do this. And it works pretty well. The problem I have with the Coinbase wallet is it gets a little confusing that am I on Coinbase or am I in the Coinbase wallet? A lot of people think that if it's in the Coinbase wallet, it's in their Coinbase account, and that's not the case. Coinbase is a standalone self-custody wallet just owned by Coinbase. But other than that, it works pretty well. You can use it as a stand. I don't know that you can swap in it, but you can definitely connect to Uniswap. And this is really driving me nuts here. Why won't this go through? Oh, okay, let's try again. Boy, they're putting me through my paces tonight, aren't they? Okay. All right, we still haven't managed to make this trade, so let's try one more time. US dollar coin. We'll paste in that contract address. We'll grab Brett. We'll say $20. And we'll try swap again. Sign and swap. Ignore the warning. Sign and create and confirm. Okay, we're still going through all this. Okay, here we go. One more time. Come on, baby. You can do it. Yes. Finally. Okay. Just trying to give you guys a quick, short example, and they put me through the ringer, didn't they? All right, so now we've got the coin that we were trying to get a hold of in our wallet. Notice there that we've got the Brett, and it looks like we got a little bit, not just in gas fees, but little trading fees as well, right? And it cost us some ETH. Every time we did that failed transaction, we lost the gas fees that we were using for that. But not all of them, but just those failed trades, right? The gas fees do get spent. But when you're on the base network, you're only spending a few cents each time, so it's not a big deal when the transaction fails. All right, so I showed you that. That's just an easy peasy fund and trade on the base network using Rabby Wallet or Uniswap, right? But using Uniswap in conjunction with the Rabby Wallet. Someone mentioned Coinbase. I've got Coinbase Wallet set up. I have my Ledger device connected, so everything's fine there, right? And I could disconnect my wallet. Whoops. And I could use Coinbase Wallet to connect here and trade from within my Coinbase Wallet. The Coinbase Wallet itself has a swap feature, right? Just like Rabby. So we could use, this is a different wallet, but we could use our US dollar coin And we do the same thing. We just paste in the contract address of Brett. And so it's basically the same thing as Rabby, slightly different. I prefer Rabby personally because, like I said, I find it somewhat confusing to use the Coinbase wallet when I don't get confused, but I get a lot of people that ask me questions about Coinbase wallet thinking that their Coinbase assets should be in there. It really is just makes it easy to fund the wallet because you can connect it to your Coinbase account. So you can connect directly to your Coinbase account with the Coinbase wallet. So it's a little more convenient, but like I said, it gets the waters get muddied, you know, and people get confused. So I prefer standalone. And Rabby is a little more advanced in my view as well. Let me get caught up on what you guys are asking tonight. Let's see here. I've canceled more ETH transactions than I've ever completed, all due to high fees. I'll definitely check Rabby. Well, Rabby can do ETH transactions too, but for the lower fees, you should check out Base Chain or Polygon Chain or Binance Smart Chain, right? There still are certain tokens you can only get on the ETH chain, right? And you just kind of have to eat those high fees. But there are a lot of exciting tokens on the alt chains. And some of the alt chains even have their own version of coins that are on the Ethereum chain, like Pepe, right? So rather than buying Pepe on the Ethereum chain and paying high fees, you could switch over to the, I think it was Binance Smart Chain, and buy your Pepe there. It's the same price, right? Different format, same token, but the price would be the same. If the price of Pepe goes up on the Ethereum chain, it'll go up on the Binance Smart Chain as well. So, but irrespective of which wallet you use, just using Rabby wallet rather than MetaMask is not going to like reduce your Ethereum fees or anything like that. I don't think the wallet really matters. It's the chain that really makes the difference on those fees. I use Coinbase Wallet. It's fine. Can't buy a lot of these base coins on Coinbase, so I have to buy all my base coins through Coinbase Wallet. I've had about 6 airdrops coins, about 50 NFTs. Yeah. Also, yeah, I'll point that out that there are airdrops that will come into your wallet. An airdrop of a token is not has no power to drain your wallet. There are so many people out there that are just so paranoid about their wallet. They see an airdrop or they see an NFT and they think that the wallet is now compromised. And they're worried they're going to lose all their crypto, and they want to, how do I get this thing out of my wallet? How can I block this kind of stuff? It doesn't hurt your wallet to get an airdrop. Now, the only drawback to an airdrop could be that, okay, I've got this airdrop and I've never heard of this coin before. Maybe I'll buy some, right? So it's kind of a marketing thing for them by giving out free airdrops that might interest people in actually buying more of the token. And that's totally an investment decision on your part. But it has nothing to do with this airdrop somehow emptying your wallet or compromising your wallet in some way or form. Crypto wallets, that's not how crypto wallets work. A scam airdrop token would only be a problem if it directs you to another website or something of that nature, which a lot of NFTs do. So people worry about these spam NFTs, and they think that, oh my God, my wallet's been compromised. That is not the case. A spam NFT in your wallet is no threat whatsoever to your wallet. If you follow the instructions, take you to this website to claim this fake airdrop that most of these NFTs are trying to trick people into, that's where you run into problems, right? But just having it in your wallet is not a problem, right? And if you see an airdrop in your wallet and you think you might want to buy some more, go check the coin out somewhere and see if there's more information about the coin, right? But it's not going to hurt your wallet to have an airdrop in your wallet. I see that a lot. Let's see here. I'm sending $80 worth of Bitcoin to a wallet is a bad idea. Anytime people will learn UTX management in the hard way. Good point. Diarrhea gun. Moving small amounts of Bitcoin is probably not the best idea. If you're going to accumulate Bitcoin on an exchange, make sure that it's, an above board exchange, a reputable exchange like Coinbase or Kraken or some exchange that you trust to hold your Bitcoin for enough time to accumulate a fairly large amount. But even, let's say you're dollar cost averaging and you're buying $50 worth of Bitcoin every week. It's probably not a good idea to withdraw that $50 worth of Bitcoin every week. You can. And if you use off-peak hours, your fees will not be too bad, maybe a few dollars. But that does lead to a lot of UTXOs in your wallet, which will raise the withdrawal fees down the road. So best practice is to send larger amounts so you have less UTXOs. But still, even though it's going to cost you, I would still highly encourage you. Let's say you've got $5,000 worth of Bitcoin in your Coinbase account and you're not very experienced. Please do a small test to your wallet first, even though you're going to end up with an extra UTXO and you might end up paying more fees over, rather doing 2 transactions rather than 1. It'll save you heartache. I have so many stories. I could just go on and tell you all the people that have contacted me because they made a transfer to a wallet and they didn't know what they were doing and they sent it to the wrong chain or they sent it to the wrong address and then they lost access to that crypto. Now, I've been able to help some of them because they, sending to the wrong chain on an Ethereum or an EVM chain, you can access it through a wallet like Rabby or MetaMask. But I had one guy, he's like, I sent this Avalanche token into my wallet. I can't find it anymore. We figured it out. And then when I looked on the blockchain and saw the transfer, it was like $16,000 worth of this token that he had, this Avalanche token that he had bought on an exchange. And my thought was, why in God's name would you, and that was the only transaction in the wallet. So I knew that he had not done a small test. And so why in God's name would you risk that much crypto if you're not experienced on a one-off transfer? Always do small test transactions. But yes, the sentiment there by Diarrhea Gun is spot on. Try to avoid small Bitcoin transfers because you will accumulate more fees than necessary. But always, practice. Make sure you know what you're doing before you transfer 50 grand worth of Bitcoin to your wallet. It is easy peasy once you get the hang of it, but don't do it in a rush. Don't do it when you're under stress, and practice with small amounts first, please. How many base coins can't be bought on Coinbase? It's so counterintuitive. Yeah, it's funny that Base is created by Coinbase, and then there's a bunch of Base tokens that you can't get on Coinbase. The reason for that is that anyone can create a token on the Base network if they know a little programming. And it could, be a legitimate coin. It might not. But the Coinbase centralized exchange is a little more, their standards are a little higher to list a coin. They're not just going to list any old coin that just pops into existence. It has to have, you know, a track record. It has to have met certain criterion. They're just not going to list any old coin. But the base network is more wide open, right? But, you know, with more risk is more opportunity as well. You might find, you know, a coin that has potential on the base network that might eventually get listed on Coinbase. You never know. But do your own research. The Coinbase wallet is not associated with Coinbase. Not directly, right? The Coinbase wallet is owned by Coinbase, but it doesn't, it's not a one-to-one correspondence with your Coinbase account. I think that's the point I was trying to make. It makes it easy to connect the two, but transferring between the two, there's a demarcation line, right? It just confuses some people. I went crazy last year and minted 16,000 NFTs, nearly all on base. That's why I'm getting free NFTs and coins now. Love it. Cool. I like that. I love that story, Stephen. I should give that a try, right? Tiny conspiracy. Oh, conspiracy Solana network so much cheaper than anything else. So yeah, let's play around with Solana now. Huzzah, proud Brett, owner dad. So much to learn. Thank you, Diesel. Yeah, I don't think I would want to manage all those hot wallets and extensions. I have a lot because I do a lot of, you know, demos and videos, and I've been at this for several years. So you can see that I'm like testing out a bunch of different wallets. So I don't want to overwhelm you guys with the fact that I've got all these wallet extensions up here. I've been doing this for a while, but I would also point out that most of the main assets that I'm managing in these wallets are based on my Ledger device. In other words, I've connected my Ledger device to these extension wallets, and the private key is being stored safely on the Ledger device, so the wallets are secure, right? And I don't give out my seed phrases either. Let's see, Jack Goldstein. I've seen Ledger messages with say their NFTs also to click a link to accept, but the site it takes you to asks for a seed phrase. Exactly, Jack. That's exactly what I'm telling you. Please don't interact with these. And just because you see them in Ledger Live does not mean that they're associated with Ledger. They might want to trick you into thinking that, but they are not, right? So if we go into an Ethereum wallet here, you can see that there's actually I've filtered some of these out, but let me go to the Polygon wallet. I think I've well, yeah, I don't have any that I can really. These are legits. No, actually, I don't know what this one is. I'm trying to find some scammy ones if I can. Yeah, I don't know if I can. I think maybe in Soulflare. Let me see if I can find any scammy ones in Soulflare. Where are the NFTs? Oh, collectible. They call them collectibles. Okay, sorry. Okay. They're filtering them now a little better. But when you see stuff like this, these are scams, right? Please don't interact with these. Don't go to these websites. Please, Jack, please don't go to these websites. And of course you were, thank God you were smart enough not to enter your seed phrase. But some of them will actually say Ledger on there. And make you think they're associated with Ledger, but they are not, right? So please, with the NFT, if you don't know much about NFTs, then I would just ignore all of them, right? Can you just look at the major coin volumes at the hourly? You can also look at the mempool and see what fees are looking like. True, that's another good suggestion there. Where is mempool? I had heard someone's. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Bitcoin mempool, and I believe they will give you kind of breakdowns of, where fees are at. So you can always check sites like this for good times to make your trades and transfers, right? My prediction for the bull run is next week. I am not a professional trader. I am a professional self-custodian expert, right? I earn income through affiliate sales, and I earn ad revenue on YouTube because I'm an expert at self-custody and wallets. I've been doing this. I have over 1,000 videos, step-by-step tutorials. I will take the moniker of professional when it comes to giving you advice on self-custody, but I am in no way or form a professional trader or a professional financial advisor or anything of the sort, right? But I will make a prediction of an uptick next week due to the ETFs debuting in Hong Kong. I just feel like that's going to give a push Bitcoin back up again. That's my prediction and my hope, right? But we have banking issues, we have the yen currency issues, so who knows what's going to happen early next week. We have Janet Yellen that's going to do something on Monday. I forget what it is. Maybe flood the system with more money. Who knows, right? So there's all kinds of things that come into play when it comes to investing in crypto. But all other things being equal, I see another push upward due to the ETFs debuting in Hong Kong next week. That's just my gut feeling, so I'm just sharing that with you guys. My ledger protects my Rabby wallet, but haven't figured out how to get a ledger to protect my Phantom, Coinbase, Sue, or other hot wallets. Do you have any tutorials showing how to do this? I do have tutorials on using MetaMask with, MetaMask with a ledger device and Trezor. So this is the ledger video. I'll post a link to that down in the chat window. But let's look at Coinbase Wallet, right? We've got Coinbase Wallet set up here. I believe it's, if we go here, we can pull this down. So let's, and we can say add manage wallet. And then they say create wallet or import wallet. And then import wallet, how did I do this? Somehow I did this. Create new, I don't know how the heck I did this. No, that's a seed phrase. Huh, that's weird. Okay, somehow I attached my ledger to this Coinbase wallet. Somehow. Let's look in settings. I know I did it. You caught me off guard here. No. Wow. I've done it before. It worked at home. How did I do it? I don't know. Somehow, I know I connected my ledger device. Whoo! Wow. I know it's possible. I just forget how I did it. I figured this was going to be easy peasy. Was it up here? Huh. Wow. That's really weird because I know I connected my ledger device. Add manage wallets. Okay. Add address? Nah. No. God, this is so weird. Maybe they only let you connect one? I don't know. It's just weird. Because I know for a fact that I connected my ledger. I can see it. Huh. Okay. Well, I got stumped. Yeah. I don't know why it won't allow me to import my hardware wallet. Thank you, IAICU812, for that subscription. Create new wallet? No. God, that's so weird. Okay. Well, I give up. I give up. But almost any of these wallets will allow you to connect a hardware device. What were the other ones you had? Okay, you got it done with Rabby. That's cool. Phantom, you can do it with Phantom. I know that. Okay, I guess I'm using Phantom over here. All right, so Phantom Wallet. Once you... Come on. Okay. Once you have your standalone wallet created in Phantom, they always have you create a standalone wallet. You can go up to the three dots here, or the three dashes, the hamburger menu, and hit the plus, and they give you the option of connecting a hardware device. That's straightforward. I don't know why I couldn't figure this one out in Coinbase Wallet, but go figure. I don't know. I'm live and I'm under stress, so I can't figure it out. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward in Phantom, right? Connect your device. All right, we got the device here. Make sure you're in the Solana app. Let's try this. I didn't get a chance to do Solana wallets. All right, let's get out of this. All right, there's Solana. All right, and then we can connect. We just pair up in the browser, and then it says it's connected. And we'll just do Solana chain. You can do the other chains too if you want to. And then you have access to your Ledger Solana assets. All right. I'll just select the ones that have a balance. Huh. Okay. Huh. I don't see the one that has the bigger balance. That's interesting. This is 2 months ago. Oh, okay. Weird. Okay. Oh, I think I've already connected. Oh, that's why. I've already connected it before. So it's catching like a different one. So if we go to Phantom, you can see that I already had the ledger connected that had my, a working Solana in there, right? So when I did that just now, it only connected to a secondary account that was not in there before. That was why. So yeah, but that's how you connect a hardware device to Phantom. And the same with Solana. I'm sorry, the same with Solflare. Pretty simple. You just go up here and then hit the plus, and then you have the option of connecting a Ledger device or a Keystone device to, create an account based on your hardware device. I'm flabbergasted that I can't do this in Coinbase Wallet. I'm just flabbergasted. I don't understand why I can't figure out how to connect a Ledger device. Maybe because it's already like all of the... It doesn't make sense. It should at least give me the option. Anyway, I give up. I don't know. Anyway, I hope that helps a little bit. Let's see, what's turns. Oh, so I did want to do a little bit of trading on in Solflare. And we just talked a little bit about getting Solflare set up with your Ledger device. If you have a Solana balance on your Ledger device, it should show up here. And then you can trade directly with your Solana. If you just have a bunch of Solana that you want to swap for other tokens, that's all well and good. You always want to keep liquidity of Solana in the wallet to pay for fees and generally just holding Solana, right? I'm going to turn this off for a second. But then you can also swap for other tokens from within the wallet, right? So we would pretty much do the same thing as we did with Base. Well, we go over to CoinGecko, we go to Chains, and then we go down here to Solana, and we can take a look at all of the tokens on the Solana chain arranged by market cap. Another thing that you might you could check out is for each chain, notice these three icons here. These three icons are the most active, trading coins, or the most active in price movement, right? So if we click here, you can see, okay, here's a coin that's up 159% right now. Might be something to think about. The only problem I have with this is that once a coin is up 150%, it's pretty much too late to get in, right? So you might discover a coin because it's very active and maybe jump on the bandwagon and think, well, it might keep going up. I don't know. Or you might just note the coin and then check it again when it's down, right? As you can see by the chart, it had a big jump. And this is probably when the coin just debuted, right? There are pre-sales. Oh, and I did want to come up with some pre-sales here. I'm going to go over to the site here real quick. I know we're starting to run out of time here. But there are several websites where you can do pre-sales. Gempad is one of them. And it's pretty cool because they have a lot of different chains. Like this one's Ethereum. This one is, I guess that's Matic. You've got Binance Smart Chain, Solana. Now, of course, you want to do your research as much as possible on these coins. But the cool thing about a pre-sale is that let me go ahead and I'm going to paste this into the chat window. It gives you a chance to be part of the pre-sale. Now, a word of caution. Just because you're in on the pre-sale doesn't mean that the coin is going to take off. There are a lot of pre-sales out there. So I would not recommend going all in on a pre-sale just because you're in the pre-sale. But basically what happens is, let's take this one for example. They give you information about the pre-sale. They also have some icons here that they have ratings, hard cap, soft cap, and I thought there were some more ratings. Okay, here. This one is an audit. This one has KYC and audit. So these are... They have a spectrum of trustworthy to not so trustworthy, right? But, you're in control. You make the decision. Am I going, if I've heard about a coin and I think it's okay, am I going to worry whether it's been audited or not? Maybe I will, maybe I won't, right? But of course, a coin that's been audited is going to be, probably better, right? Safer. Now, if we get in here, we get to this section here. and it tells me how much longer the sale is going to last. And you can go up here and connect your wallet. And I'm going to connect my Solflare wallet because this is a Solana. And we'll hit connect here. And so now you can see my Solana balance is up here. And the minimum buy is 0.1 Solana. That's not much. So I'll just do 0.3 Solana just for the heck of it, right? And then we can buy into this. I'm going to have to confirm this on my Ledger device. Got my Solana up here. We'll hit buy. And I'll hit approve. And then I'll confirm on the device. I have blind signing on. You have to have blind signing enabled for this to happen. And after the deposit is over, it should show my, okay, now it shows my contribution, right? 0.3 Sol. And so that's going to entitle me to 11,229 Wi-Fi ball when this coin debuts. Now, a few things you need to be aware of. You're going to need to keep an eye on. So we've got the sale end countdown, and we have the token distribution countdown. They're different, right? You'll see the sale ends in 11 hours. The token distribution doesn't occur until 17 hours. After the sale ends, it will show you here on this info page that the sale has ended, or it'll say collected or something. But what you need to do is keep an eye on when the token debuts, and about 10 minutes before it debuts, this will change to a claim button. And you need to make sure your wallet is connected and you claim your tokens. You know, they usually about 10 minutes before the debut of the token, you can claim your tokens. They'll go into your wallet and you will have the tokens, which is all well and good if the coin like moons out in the first 10 minutes or the first half hour or the first hour or whatever. You can sell your coins and reap your rewards. But not every pre-sale is guaranteed to take off. Asil, thank you so much for that donation. I'll just point out that I did this with this SimSols, and I did it as just a test. You can see that I have 2.98 in my wallet, and that it's currently only worth $42.53. So I contributed 1 Sol to this pre-sale. And it has been higher, but it did not moon out on the first day. And so I figured, what the heck, I'll just wait. But I may wait forever and this coin may never take off, right? It also here in GemPads, now that we've entered a pre-sale and we've got our wallet connected, we can go back to the home and then go to my contributions, and it will show you, you know, the ones that I've contributed to with that wallet, right? There's that SimPulse. It's finalized, it's over, and here we've got one that I'm actively waiting for. So you have to just, you know, do your research. Also, when you go into these, you can, they'll give you a breakdown, and then they usually will have some way of, let's try this again. They'll usually have their a website, maybe. Let's try this. Tokenomics. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, here. I'm sorry. Up here, you've got their website, their Telegram, and their Twitter. So definitely check those out. You can sort of see if they're getting any traction on social media, how many people are following this, how many people are posting about this, find out more about the coin. You can go to their website and, you know, look into that. So there's a lot of tools in GemPads for doing pre-sales. Now, I will also point out that there are many websites similar to GemPads where you can participate in pre-sales. There are other ways of finding out about pre-sales by like Twitter and Telegram, where it's not always as straightforward as this. I like this site because it's a little more above board, but there are other pre-sales. Like, for example, I discovered this one, and this one, all I had was a website. So I'm kind of like, okay, I need to trust this website. It could be a malicious website for all I know. So you just have to be very careful when you're doing Solana pre-sales, because they could be scams, they could be rug pulls. Do your due diligence. And also remember that just because you got in on the pre-sale does not mean you're going to get rich and the coin's going to take off, right? It's kind of hit and miss with these things. You might be 1 in 100. Who knows how it goes? But anyway, I thought I would point that out. Evelyn Mitchell, new computer, new phone, new ledger, new everything, and just fresh starting. Okay, that's cool. Do you have a starting from scratch playlist? Oh, not really, but if you're interested in any particular topic, such example, ledger setup, and the word CryptoDad should give you a hit on Google of one of my videos on how to set up and use the Ledger Nano X hardware wallet. So if you got, I don't have any videos on how to set up phones, but for any wallet that you might want to put on your phone or any device you might want to buy, just Google what you're looking for with my name, and you're probably going to hit one of my videos. Not to mention, I mean, you can go to my my YouTube homepage. There's a lot of information on that. Right? You're going to see, I do have some playlists for different hardware wallets. So that's probably a good place to start. Let's see here. Let me get this. I don't know why I can never get this. When I go to my YouTube channel, I don't see that web address, but that's pretty much it right there, right? Just hit YouTube/CryptoDad, take you to the CryptoDad homepage. That's a good starting point if you're getting everything in there fresh. Max was 10 sol. Can't imagine sending $14-ish on those. Yeah, you got to have guts for that one. Yeah, definitely. Maybe miners are too centralized these days. Fees are more fees. Oh, well. Cope on Base has a great community. Cool. I'll check that one out. Sorry, we usually stop at 8. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like some people are shilling Cope in here, so I think it's time for me to go. I want to thank everyone for coming in tonight. Thank Dan for being here and moderating. I want to thank Kenny for the news and for coming in early. I want to thank everyone that donated, Joseph and Asil. I appreciate you guys. So happy that you're here every week. Thank you, Scott, for being here. All the people that ask questions, all the people that come in on a regular basis. You're the reason why I keep doing this. I really appreciate your support. It makes me feel like I'm with family every week. I think I brought that up before too. Don't forget, I will do this every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Haven't done the Wednesday stream in a couple of weeks. Kind of been stepping back a little from the YouTube. It's a little bit of a hamster wheel. I always thought that when I started this channel that I would just, do a bunch of great videos and then just sit back and relax. But the way YouTube works now, it's not like that anymore. You have to keep pumping content out or they don't keep you high in search results. So it's almost like you work for them. So we're getting a little stressed out over that. So just like took a week to where just kind of focused on stuff I wanted to do rather than stressing out over posting videos and shorts and stuff like that. But I still am committed to you guys, and I've got some videos that I've already recorded that just need to be edited. Tutorials on the RGB wallet. I'm going to do another ledger tutorial, unboxing and setup. So haven't quit yet. I'm just trying to get back to the basics and focus on what I really like doing, which is creating, quality step-by-step tutorial videos as opposed to getting pulled into all these shorts and all this other stuff that I feel is fluff. I'm a boomer. What do you know? What can I say? Anyway, thanks for being here tonight, everybody. I appreciate it. Hope to see you again soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you wish to be alerted whenever I post new content.